Let's talk about the U.S.-Korea summit. I'm here with Pyo Sun-woo, reporting from the presidential office. Reporter Pyo, from what we hear, it seems the summit ended warmly, unlike earlier concerns.
A summit with President Trump is in fact a highly burdensome stage for world leaders, often turning into what is called the Trump show, with everything from surprise questions to blunt put-downs. Ahead of this meeting, there was considerable concern that because of President Trump's social media posts, the talks might drift further into a climate of pressure for us as well. But fortunately, it was the opposite. The first handshake, which is Trump's way of asserting dominance, went smoothly during their initial encounter at the summit. President Lee even gave a relaxed wave. President Trump has cut counterparts off, nudged President Zelensky's shoulder, even wagged his finger before, but none of that this time. Notably, when the White House guest book was signed, he even pulled out the chair. Quite the manners.
It's pretty heavy. Okay, good.
Seeing that scene, quite a few people remarked about President Trump saying things like, "so sweet." Some say the warm tone continued because President Lee lavishly flattered President Trump.
Yes, that's correct. President Lee first spoke of peace on the Korean peninsula, strategically setting the stage for President Trump's self-praise. As if on cue, Trump boasted at length, particularly about his relationship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. He emphasized that it was thanks to him that ties with North Korea were good, even drawing comparisons with former President Biden and his past election rival Hillary Clinton.
Respect. It was great respect. And it was not going to be that way had Hillary Clinton won the election. It would have been a disaster. He'd like to meet with me. He didn't want to meet with Biden because he had no respect for Biden.
Trump also boasted about U.S.-China relations being different from Biden's era and claimed Washington was safer than it was 4 years ago. President Lee kept saying he fully agreed, lifting Trump up and keeping the atmosphere positive.
Yes, let the praise be Trump's, but I hope we secured our national interests. There were several strategies, there's another. There is also the assessment that stopping by Japan before heading to the United States was a highly strategic move.
In fact, there was also much concern that by visiting Japan first, the United States might take it as being pushed down in priority. Let's listen to the result directly.
Reactions in the United States have been highly favorable, both inside and outside the government. At today's CSIS dinner, it was even praised as a very good idea.
It has helped Korea-Japan-U.S. cooperation. When Trump said it hadn't been easy to reconcile Korea and Japan due to historical issues, Lee replied that he'd anticipated that and had already met Japan to settle the concerns. To this, President Trump once again responded positively, saying, "Good."
It may seem like a prepared response, however, it worked out in a very strategic way. But there's someone noticeable in the scene. The Korean-American woman behind President Trump, wasn't she the interpreter at the U.S.-North Korea summit?
Yes, that's right. She is Lee Yun-hyang of the U.S. State Department, the interpreter who again served as the president's voice. In the 2018 North Korea-U.S. summit, she confidently worked as an interpreter right next to Trump. She has served under both conservative and progressive administrations, including Obama's 2014 Seoul visit and the 2022 Korea-U.S. summit under President Biden. Her distinctive journey, from a stay-at-home mom who majored in vocal music to the voice of the U.S. president, has become a recurring topic at every summit.
That's it for our Korea-US summit coverage. This was Pyo Sun-woo.